As we stand here today to commemorate the life of the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King, I can't help but to reflect on many of his teachings. Dr. King taught us about unity. Dr. King taught us about strength. He fought for civil rights, workers' rights, but most importantly, Dr. King fought for justice. Economic justice, social justice, educational justice, and equity. But it seems in many of these areas, we have come far, but I want us to remember that we have further to go. In the case of economics, we are still being redlined as an African American community. We are unable to get loans from the bank to create wealth. Systemically, we are still oppressed. I'm preaching now. Social justice. African American men and men of color, women at that, are being killed at an expeditious rate. Yet those who commit the acts continue to walk free. Educational justice. We still have the campaign for fiscal equity to pay here in New York State. Yet, year after year, we are not closing the gap at the rates that we should. So it is nice to have a resolution to commemorate the life of the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King. But it is another thing to act upon the teachings that he left us with. I want to give hope and encouragement to all those that continue to fight on the issues that I mentioned. I want you to know that when Dr. Martin Luther King started his fight, people thought that he was crazy. People thought that he would not be able to achieve. But he had faith, he stood steadfast, he believed, and he never gave up. Often when you're the person bringing change, you are looked upon to be a troublemaker, a title I so proudly carry. Often when you are saying things that others are too afraid to say, yet they think it, you are labeled the person creating the static. But the truth is that the static is all around us. I want to say to all the organizers and advocates across the state to never give up. I want you to know that there are people in this chamber who stand with you. There are people who will speak up. I so happen to be born on January 16th, so I like to believe that I'm like a Dr. King baby. I want you guys to know that it is not enough to commemorate his life, but we have to act upon what he has done in the New York State Legislature. My colleague, Assemblywoman Walker, spoke about the criminal justice system and just how that is another form of slavery, and it really is. And it's disproportionately filled with men and women who look just like me. And so as we commemorate this day, let us take into action the teachings of the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King. Thank you.